You can neither control or manage what's not measured. What we're going to be discussing in this video is the importance of checking your credit report. How often should you check it? What you should be checking for. And the most important thing to understand is managing perception. Your credit report is a perception of you as an individual when it comes to your financial management, your ability to pay your bills and pay back debts. And we know that our credit score and credit report is pivotal to our financial health and well-being in this financial system. So we're going to be answering some important questions. If you're somebody who already has a great credit and maybe thinking this is basic, you may want to continue to watch this so you can have context for other people around you who don't have great credit and don't understand these principles. If you're somebody who does not have great credit or you're brand new to credit, this is going to be crucial for you because it will give you context on one of the most fundamental pillars to developing great credit. So to put context on this, one of the reasons that I decided to jump on this topic is because a lot of my clientele that I've been dealing with in person, and for those of you who don't know, I'm JP from Blueprint for Prosperity Network. I am literally a business banker, retail banker, private client banker by trade. So basically, I'm working with consumers, everything, working class, working poor, all the way up to 6, 7, and sometimes occasionally 8 figures in net worth. And I work with small businesses that are from their brand new inception all the way up to 6 and 7 figures in revenue. So I'm doing this on a daily basis, day in and day out. Many hundreds of clients on the consumer and dozens of clients on the business side a year is what I've been doing for well over 10 years collectively. So that having been said, a lot of my clients, I'm dealing with their credit scores and reports on the daily basis for the consumer side, mortgage lending, and the business side. And what I've noticed is that a lot of people take for granted checking on their credit score and credit reports. When you ask somebody the health or the condition of their credit score and credit report, a lot of people are deer in the headlights. They give you long extended pauses. They don't have an idea where they stand. And it kind of throws me because I know how important it is and how pivotal it is to your day-to-day function. If something has such a crucial, critical role in your day-to-day life, financially speaking or otherwise, it's kind of interesting to think that you wouldn't put some perception, thought, or effort into managing or measuring it on a daily basis or on a frequent basis as needed. So what does the mainstream environment tell us about checking our credit report? Many of us may have heard annualcreditreport.com is a free, reputable website where you can get your credit report once a year historically for free. Since COVID, it's been kicked up to the weekly basis, and this is all 3 major credit bureaus that you can pull. That's been kicked up since COVID to the weekly basis. Somebody can tell me in the comment section down below if that's changed in the last year or two, but I know since COVID all the way up to 2022, 2023, you can go on a weekly basis and pull your credit reports for free. And that was a beautiful feature. They, in the mainstream society, if you Google it, etc., will tell you should check your credit report at least yearly and preferably quarterly. Interesting take. Personally, I'm going to kick back and make it clear that I think that it's something you should be doing no less than monthly. And honestly, I personally check my credit score on a weekly basis. Now, some of you may be thinking that's absolute insanity. What could possibly be so different in a week-to-week basis to check your credit report 52 times a year? Well, there's some things that you need to be paying attention to. Number one, your personal information, your name variation, social, date of birth, addresses, etc., because this information is being funneled in by all of the creditors and lenders that you're doing business with on a regular basis. So whatever information they're providing is what's being furnished on your credit report, and understanding that information is crucial. Why? Because at the end of the day, when you go to apply for something else or need your credit report for something else and it's cross-reference, or there's a background check including your credit report, and you put down one name, one social, one date of birth, and it doesn't tie into what the credit bureaus have, you can have an identity issue that can block you from getting access to whatever you're trying to get access to. The very next thing that's very important to understand is you should be checking any accounts that you have on there. Is everything accurate? Is it actually your account? Is it in good standing? I have literally not only an employee, but my current manager at my retail banking location that I work at that ran into a surprising hardship where she found a collection on her credit report. She only found out about it because there was an alert or an email sent to her, but it wasn't something that she normally checked on as far as her credit report as a whole. So it's hard to tell how long it's been there. And she doesn't believe it's something that's either hers or she believes it's something that's really old if it is hers. Just as an example or an analogy, this is something that has affected her credit score in a way and her credit report in a way where she would not really get approved for any financial product or service right now if she were to apply for it. Any mortgage, most credit cards, auto loan, if she's in the financial industry, if she goes to switch a job and work for another financial institution, a lot of banks, if you're going to work for a bank or a financial institution, your credit report and your credit score is predicating on your ability to pass a background check and get the job in this industry. So this is something directly affecting her quality of life that she happened to get alerted about, but she didn't check on her own, and who knows how long it's been there affecting her scores. I also informed her, look, you might want to get on this ASAP, because if this has, been relatively newly added, and other credit card companies or lenders you're doing business with that are frequently monitoring your credit see a cascading decline in your credit score, a rapid decline, it can create a cascading effect where they get skittish or see you as a higher risk level than when they originally started doing business with you and start cutting your credit card limits, which creates a continuous cascading effect because now your score keeps dropping. So that's just another example. Public records are another thing you need to be checking on your credit report. That's going to be, things that have, legal issues going on or things of that nature. If you think about child support, tax liens, things of that nature that are generally public records or something around the realm of legality, civil court, etc., divorces, things of this nature. This is also information furnished on your credit report that can be detrimental to the impact of your credit report and your credit score. These are the kind of things you need to be checking. Your credit information can be updated on the daily basis. Information is being furnished in multiple times a month by various lenders and companies you're doing business with. So you can't take for granted what can change or for the better or for worse on your credit report and follow this baseline level of annual or quarterly check-ins when something could be damaging your credit, a few days to a week from now. It can be reported at any given time and be sitting there for weeks, months, or longer if you let it sit there, causing significant and sometimes irreparable damage to your credit report and your financial reputation. And you might not find out until you go to apply for something that's important, switch a job depending on what industry you're in, insurance rates start going up or whatever the case may be. You'll find out when you're paying the cost for it. I recommend checking your credit report on a weekly basis, nothing less than on a monthly basis. The more control and the more managing of anything that you want to have in your life, the more engagement and exposure to it you need to have. You need to have familiarity around it. The last reason I'm going to say your credit report is important to check on a frequent basis is because you need to educate yourself if you're not already well-skilled, knowledgeable, and strategic about credit. It's not an easy game. It's not complex all the time per se, but it is not an easy game. It does take some very serious understanding. It takes a certain level of math skills to understand to some extent. And it takes good behavior. Behavior is going to be dictated by dictated from up here, generally speaking, minus your instincts. The rest of it is being developed up here. Your behavior is starting up here. So you need to fill this with the proper information, strategies, and understanding so you can have proper behavior. If you're not checking and measuring your credit, you're learning when you check your credit report. The more you learn what influences it up and down, the more you're learning about how your credit report and credit score works. That education is going to manage your behavior. Believe it or not, it exists as an easily surmountable form of your reputation, but it also is used to manage your behavior. It's intended to get you to respond a certain way. When your credit score goes up, it's supposed to give you a positive feeling and reinforce good behavior. When it goes down, you know that that's a bad thing and how it can impact your life. That turns around and gets you to disengage from bad behavior. So this is important for you to understand. I want you guys to comment down below and let me know where you stand with your credit report, your credit score. How frequently are you checking it? What are you looking for? How has your frequency in checking your credit report or score influenced the health of your credit report and score? Comment down below. I want each of you to also let me know, what are your financial objectives and your credit related objectives going forward through at the time of this recording, through the rest of 2025 or whenever you catch this video. Let me know in the comment section where you are and what your objectives are when it comes to your credit score, your credit report, and how it's going to advance your life financially going forward. Comment down below. Other than that, I'm going to wrap this video up. I want you guys to get in the description section down below so you can plug in with me on Instagram. I have developed a personal and a business Instagram in relation to the channel so we can continue to grow out our community of pioneers there. Other than that, I want you to like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel so the channel can continue to support and reinvest back into you. Other than that, I want each and every one of you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.